Hello guys, so I'm back with another video of Road to 2000. I've already reached around 1180 and in this game I'm looking forward to reach 1200. So now I'm again playing e4 as I usually play, and my opponent has replied against e4 as a e5. I'm playing knight f3, my usual continuation which I always do, and I'm looking forward to what he's gonna play. He's gonna play knight c6, knight f6, or then d6. Oh, so he's going with a weird gambit. Obviously, I'm gonna grab that in central e5 pawn. So now, as usual, I have played previously. If he goes with the Queen h4, trying to checkmate me early in the game, I'll go with the d4 and with a multitasking move, which open up the position, develop my bishop, dark square bishop, also blocks the uh, bishop for checkmating attack at f2, and then threaten the bishop to bishop also. So I'm gonna play d4. That's an amazing multitasking move. So now what he can do, he can take at e4 and check me, and I don't think I'm gonna play bishop d3 now. I'll play better move bishop e3, blocking with the dark square bishop. Now next move I can play knight c3, threatening a queen. And also right now the bishop is under question. Like if I remove the knight, yeah, I could have used the tactic as knight f7 and uh, d cross c5. So he did f6 here right now, but now I think I'm gonna first of before removing the knight from e5, I'm going to attack the queen with the tempo. So developing with the tempo, play knight c3, knight c3, asking question where the queen will go, and then I will move my knight from e5 to somewhere. Oh, but now he can play bishop b4. At the same time, he's gonna protect his bishop and then stop me to take the threat the queen. Probably because of that, knight d2 was better, so it stops him to play bishop b4. If I would have played with knight d2, if he goes bishop b4, I could play c3 now, but now I cannot play c3. So now I have to protect my knight at e5. I cannot leave it there now. I think I'm gonna come back at f3 because I don't want to come at c4. That place is for my bishop at f1, and also d3 is also place for bishop. So I'm gonna come at f3, knight f3, and also this will also block the queen to I down at g2 pawn. Now I can play my bishop easily. Okay, bishop at d3 now. Again, and developing with tempo on the queen. I gave him. I did slight mistake of playing knight c3. That's why knight at c6 came out. Otherwise, I was not looking to give him any chance to develop any piece at all. However, I still think I have a real advantage because this e5 is really weak right now, and his king and queen is there. His knight at g8 is still required to develop. He has light square weaknesses because of this f6 moves, and his bishop is still at c8. So yeah, he protected his queen. The only two moves was there, like e7 and e6, so he chose e6. Now I'm going to remove my king from the pin so I could play e5. So I will castle here right now. Castle, and now I can play e5. Oh, I think I missed a tactical opportunity. I could have played e5 earlier. So e5, and if queen e5, then I could have played a bishop g6. Oh, I did totally miss the bishop g6 move. But it's okay. I still think I have really good advantage right now. Yeah, he stopped me to play e5. First good move of the game. Otherwise, all of the previous move were like really weird move. Now I will play rook f e1. So he has really weak e file. I'm going to control that file, and also I'm going to have the threat of winning the queen by pinning the queen at me with my rook at e1. So my next move will be removing that bishop which I used to protect my to block the check. Now that bishop will be removed, and that file which he took the pawn with the queen. Yeah, his queen will be under fire. It's a really difficult position for him. I think I'm already winning. Oh, he gave up the knight. So now I take the knight from at h6, and his queen is. I think his queen is doomed. I could have taken the queen later on because it's pinned, but I just took it because I don't want to waste my time. Now I can play queen e2 and pin this bishop also. And then looking to play rook e1 to win this bishop also. But I think he's gonna play either king f7 or king d7 to protect the bishop, and also move the rook to e8. So now I have to look like if I'm going to play rook e1, but I don't want his rook come into the active file. Before that, I'm gonna play a2 and ask the question what is do. So yeah, he didn't take the knight. So now suddenly he's playing really well after giving up queen. Before that, he played really weird moves. So now I can go knight b5, but I think I'll first activate my rook at e1 now, and then he's gonna I think has he can play rook, and then I don't want to run into any I will not now I don't want to run into any kind of tactics with this because his both of the bishop dark and light square bishop eyeing down to king, and his rook is active. Suddenly he's playing really good. So I need to look after the king right now because I don't want to run into any kind of tactics and lose my piece like queen. Basically, I have the advantage of having queen over the rook. So he's now again activating another rook and eyeing down the king at that file. I need to remove the king also. Otherwise, he's gonna bring with the bishop at either g4 or h3. I can take the h6 pawn, but I don't want any kind of I don't want to give him any counter chances to attack me. And now right now he has some play. So just don't run into any kind of tactics and then exchange some pieces and dissolve his attack. Because I already have huge material advantage, it's winning position for me. It's not like I have slight advantage. I already have winning position. I can take these h6 and h7 pawn whenever I want, but I don't want because his bishops are eyeing down to. Oh, finally he blunders. He blundered at playing it at g4. Maybe at g5. Maybe he would have played at g4. But then again, I have to have gone like h3. But right now, he just gave up the rook by blundering it. Now that h7 pawn is like it looks juicy and I can take it, but I will not take it because rook h8 and my g2 h2 pawn will be under fire. First of all, I need to protect that d5 d4 pawn from that knight. So I'll play. Right now I'm playing bishop b5, and now I'm gonna grab that knight and remove it from the game. Okay, and now I think the king is out there, so I need to remove my knight, and I need to first of all I need to have that back rank issues. I need to resolve these back rank issues. Now I don't want to run in any kind of tactics, so I will play h3. Yeah, and now I'm gonna bring back the knight at d2 because I want to play at queen side. His king is at c6. I want my pieces, specifically major pieces like queen there, to attack the king, and he's trying to open up that h file because he has both bishop working there, and he can bring the rook at h8. And I'm not looking to win any pawn here from the king side. I will keep the things close to the king side, so won't let him attack. Keep the things simple. So I'm gonna bring the knight at e2. I'm just looking that if any kind of attack is really dangerous, but no, it's not. Until unless a position get open, it's not. So I'm gonna bring with my knight at e2, and now I can play either c3 or c4 to open a position for the king, and then bring my rook from e to c file to attack the king. Or and there another way also that I'm stopping that way. F4 here his bishop could have come at f4 right now, so I stopped the knight, stopped that move with the knight. So what he's gonna play? I mean, such kind of weird gameplay. Before losing queen, he was not playing good, and now he's playing really well. So okay, he's trying to open up the g file or my h file, so I'm gonna keep things close. So I'm gonna play in h4 simply. Not trying to take anything for free. Okay, so he's again trying to open the g file. But here I can take with the knight, but I think he's gonna grab my knight. I'm gonna reuse the knight for attack, so I'm gonna take it with the f pawn, and I will use my knight at f4. So yeah, now he's building pressure at g3, but I'm going to play knight f4 and attack the bishop at e6. So if he takes my pawn at g3, I'm gonna take the bishop. So here knight f4. I can take the h5 pawn later on, and my h4 pawn become passed. So later on it can become reason to. So yeah, now he protected his bishop and also that pawn by playing bishop g4, but at the same time my pawn at g3 is now protected. So now I'll try to open up the position, play c4, and if it takes like in d cross c4, I'm not gonna take the pawn. I'm not gonna try to take the pawn. I will try to, first of all, I will try to take the space playing d5, and then so I can have the place at e6 to put my knight, and then I'm try to infiltrate the position from my queen or rook. So yeah, first of all, I can go with the rook c1 here, but he can play b5 and stop that. So there is no point of wasting time with that. I'll go d5. That's why. Now he's in the check. Let's see where it goes. So okay, he goes to protect the. Go inside again at c8. But now I think I'm gonna play queen c3, attack double attack on c4 and at f6. Let's see what he does. Will he protect at f6 or will he protect at c4? So he decided to protect at c4 by playing b5. Now I'm gonna take f6. Yeah, queen f6. And now my threat is to play queen f7 and forking the rook with check. So what he'll do? Will he play rook f8? If you play rook f8, I'm going to play queen g7 check. Queen g7 check and try to bring my knight into it. I'm going to play knight e6 there later on. Yeah, if you play rook f8, then queen e7 check, queen g7 check. And if you go rook c, king c8, I'm going to play knight to e6. So he already went on at king c8, stopping me to fork him. So I need to think of if I bring the knight at e6 now. I can bring my knight at a6 directly, but I think better move is queen c7, exchanging that rook. I need to try to exchange these pieces, specifically major pieces. So I'm gonna exchange this rook. So he can play that rook f8 now, and then I can exchange the rook by checking at e8. Yeah, king will go b7. I will come c6, and then now I can play knight to e6. Suddenly my position become active. So knight to c6, and now, yeah, what will he do? Because I'm going to take at c7 now. Okay, he took at g3, but I'm going to take c7, threaten to checkmate. First of all, okay, he took the knight at c7, but now I have like e pawn, this d pawn, which can I run to make queen. Let's see what he does. I'll keep this pawn running. I think he has to take the pawn, otherwise I'm gonna, yeah. Now I'm going to take the, I don't know why he's not resigning, but now I can keep checking and then grab the pawn. Wherever he go, I'm going to grab. If you come like, okay, now I'm gonna check him again. I want to grab the pawn with the check. I don't want to give him any chance to move the pawn ahead. Although I have queen and I can easily solve it, but I'm going to win the c4 pawn with check. Now he don't have any majority on queen side. I can check him, and then yeah, I can grab that h5 pawn, and now I can make queen. It's just as simple as that. I'll play queen at g5, blocking the cutting off the king to come and do something, and then run that h5 h pawn to queen. Now run the Harry. Okay, Harry is running to be queen. So what he's going to, oh, he's already losing on time also. I have like 4 minutes and he's just have 4 seconds. Okay, finally I reached the 1200 now.